Hello guys, in this video I will tell you how to make the marriage work based on astrological knowledge. So there is a chart which is called Navamsha, and Navamsha is the D9 chart in the astrology, in the Vedic astrology. So when you look at the Navamsha chart is an indication of marriage. It represents your partner. And there are so many things that you can see in Navamsha. You can see how the periods and transits, that the planetary transits affect your marriage. You can see how the planetary transits, for example, affect your subconscious, that affects your marriage. And moreover, today I will give you two tips on how to see where your what will be the results of your marriage, and where will your spouse focus after the marriage. And by knowing the results of your marriage, and by knowing where your spouse may focus after the marriage, you can kindly prepare yourself. And when we know the information beforehand, when we are prepared, we can accept that easily, so it doesn't come as a bad surprise, as a good surprise. Good surprises are okay, but when it's like a bad surprise, you didn't expect it, you don't know what to do with that may cause a breakdown in the marriage. Therefore, Navamsha, right? We're speaking about D9 chart, which is an indication of your partner, indication of the marriage. And today I will tell you how to see the result of your marriage. So the soul of the Navamsha, the Atmakaraka, the planet that rules Navamsha chart, is Venus. Venus is a planet of love. Venus is a planet of relationships. It's a planet of your spouse. And because Venus represents relationship and love and marriage, this planet rules Navamsha. So by looking at Venus in your Navamsha D9 chart, you can see what will be the result of your marriage life. So if Venus is sitting with benefic planets, which are it can be Moon, it can be Jupiter, it can be Mercury, in that case the marriage will give proper results. But of course it's all very individual. You have to look at the Navamsha because, for example, if Moon is the ruler of the 12th house, or the ruler of the 8th or 6th house of the horoscope, sitting together with Venus will not give good results because of the rulership of the benefic planet. Therefore, I will just give you a general tip, right? Look at your Venus. If your Venus is good by Shadbala, if your Venus is sitting in a trine, for example, from Lagna, from your Moon, from your Sun in the Navamsha, if your Venus is in conjunction with the benefic planets, it is a good indication that the results of your marriage will be happiness, will be harmony, and basically you will be satisfied with the results of your marriage. Now, if Venus is sitting in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house of your Navamsha and harmed by natural malefics such as Rahu, Ketu, or if she sits with Mars, for example, or it's burned by Sun, then there can be some challenges that it's good to be aware of, so that you know how to manage them. So that's about the fruits of the marriage, right? Now, if you would like to know where your spouse will be focusing after the marriage, look where the ruler of the 7th house of your Navamsha is sitting. If the ruler is sitting in there, for example, the 10th house of the horoscope, it means that the spouse will be focusing on his career, on his dignity, status. If the ruler of the 7th house is sitting, for example, in the 6th house of the horoscope, it means the spouse will be focused on his health, or dealing with his own problems. Or if the ruler of the Navamsha, for example, is sitting in the 4th house of your Navamsha chart, it means that your spouse will be focused on basically being comfortable at home, being together with the family. And by knowing that interest of your spouse, you can plan yourself. You can understand how to plan your day, how to manage your expectations, how to make it work, basically, because you know where the focus is. So, for example, if your spouse is a home person and he's in the ruler of the 7th house, in the 4th house. So just make it happen. Help stay with your spouse in the house, in the home. Get together with the relatives. Make a good environment. Create nice atmosphere, and you will see how your marriage will prosper. Why is it difficult sometimes to understand where the focus is? It all depends on the ruler of the 1st house. More I will tell you about it in my next video, because it's a little bit a broader topic. But basically, just check the dignity of the ruler of the 1st house. If the ruler of the 1st house in a fall down, debilitated, then it creates the difficulty to understand your spouse, the difficulty to understand what to do in order to make my marriage work. But about this in my next video. So hopefully you like that. Today I told you about the soul of the Navamsha chart of the marriage. It's Venus, and by the condition of your Venus in Navamsha chart, you can tell about the results of your marriage life. And how to make your marriage work is just by looking. It's one of the tips, right? Look at the ruler of the 7th house of your chart. This is where your spouse will be focusing on, and see where the ruler is sitting. What is the condition of the ruler? And then you can understand the interest, the inner motivation of your spouse. And if you act together with him, he will be happy, you will be happy, and the marriage will be happy. That's it for today. If you have any realizations or questions, or if you need a personal consultation, please book a session with me. I will be very happy to assist you with that. And that's it.